I'm out here today taking a look at this job. So the homeowners have got a few different things going on here, and they have a bunch of water coming in the basement. This is a full basement in this house, and so I wanted to check on a few things that I thought were going on. First of all, this concrete here is sloping the wrong way. The other thing I think is going on is the gutters are overflowing. So let's see if I can get you up there. That black goo usually indicates gutters overflowing. This, I don't like how it's so close to the foundation here. And we have quite a bit of water out here as well. So we're going to be doing a bunch out here. We're going to be redoing this driveway, the lower part of this driveway, try to get it. So right now it's sloping like this. We want to get it sloping like this a little bit. We want to send the water out into the yard here, and they do have a drainage basin down there. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to put gutters on the house. For one thing, Greg's going to do that. But we're also going to do a patio back here. So take a look at what's going on back here. This is just a really low space. And there's a gutter coming off the sunroom right here. So this is definitely an issue back here. We're going to add a downspout. Again, I'm always adding downspouts, so I want to add a downspout here and bring it along this, and then put it into a pipe under our new patio. And that should, and it's gonna be tricky, but we're gonna slope it this way, kick that water out of this area. Over here, what we're gonna do is whatever dirt we dig out of here, we're gonna pack against the foundation here and try and kick this out a little bit. Because right now it's very, very flat across there. So I want to kick that water out if I can. On this side, we're going to do concrete right between here, and we're going to pipe that one gutter across there and catch that gutter and send it out to the end. That should get rid of a lot of this water. We're also going to add a downspout here and run a pipe above ground, cover it back up with pine needles, and run it out to the edge here, probably about to where this one is. And there's a few things we could do in addition here. We could pack some dirt against this and get it kicked out a little bit better. So I'm gonna give them a price for that and for pulling out all these shrubs. I think we're also gonna do a roof on this house. So they're trying to get it ready to rent out. And the roof is, who knows how old. There's a few leaks here and there. So I told the homeowner we could redo the roof and just get it done, and he'd like that idea. So we should be back out here after the first of the year, I think, to get working on this property. This is Sean with Gate City. We're on a job today in Greensboro, and what we've got going on here is we've got a old house here that's got some water infiltrating into the basement. It's got a full basement, and so you can see we've got a few issues here right away. this sidewalk is sloping really bad into the house, and this corner is especially bad and problematic. We also have some early style gutter guard on here, and that's that gutter guard that comes down and hopes the water like sheets over it. So we're going to replace that. We're going to put some concrete along the house here, and then look what we got going on here. So the water just like pours over here. The yard's really soaked and completely saturated. This is all just falling off. So what we're going to do here is we're going to replace this lower part down here, get these two gutters piped, do a concrete retaining wall across here, so like right across here all the way, and then we're going to do like a mezzanine across here, a walkway, a raised walkway. They're going to move the steps out. We're going to catch this gutter. We're going to put new gutters on it too. So this piece of fence is going to go. Quite a bit going on this house, and the water just like pours off this driveway. Oh, and then I've got to talk about that house too with no gutters. So the water pours like through this ivy and everything else. And you can see just how wet it is back here, and it hasn't rained in quite a while. Look at this. So the other thing that we've got going on is water like just ponds back here and pools up. So we're going to pull all these little paver things out, and we're going to do a patio back here, a concrete patio. We're going to add a downspout right here to try to help with this long stretch of gutter here to get that draining right. And I think the patio is going to come out to this post right here, and it'll basically come a few feet off of there. We're going to take the dirt that comes out of here and try to build up along this edge here, pipe this gutter, and check out what we have in the backyard here. We've got that great drainage basin. So that's going to be a really good place to send our water to. We're going to pull some shrubs out, all these shrubs that have been cut down. This area is also a little bit of a problem. We have a lot of organic matter in here. I guess it was a shrubby bed, and then it kind of slopes that way just a little bit. So right along this fireplace, they've got water coming in. And so we're going to, when we pull the shrubs out here, we're going to take my small excavator, pull back the organic matter, and bring in subsoil to pack it in and get it to where it's sloping away properly. We're going to catch this gutter, send it to the drainage basin, and then on the front of the property, I guess these two are going to stay. We're going to pack a little bit of soil along the front here, and then we're going to add a downspout to that corner, pipe it above ground, and then we'll put our soil over top of it, catch that one, and send them down to the drainage basin. So the other thing we're doing today is we're going to do a new roof on this property. So when the homeowner called me out here, started talking about different things, and I said, yeah, we can do the roof too. And so this is going to be turning into a rental property, and it's just a good thing to do to get a nice baseline on some of the major systems like the roof. Put a new roof on it, call it done. You don't have to worry about it for a long time. So I've got my medium dump truck here, and I brought a ride with me. So I'm waiting for the roofing guys to get here. What I've got here is I've got this truck with the shingles in the front of it and nothing in the back. So the idea is they will tear off the old shingles and drop them in here, and then we can pop that side gate down and pull the new shingles out. And so we only need one truck, which makes it nice. all this black goo that's growing on the gutter is a good sign that the gutters are overflowing. And so couple that with this, pretty much we just have a moat right here full of organic matter. So let me show you what happens with organic matter. So we have a jug of water here. So when water hits this, the water has no way to go out, no way to escape. And so this is what organic matter does, it just absorbs water. And so look what's happening here. All that water is disappearing and flowing toward the house, which is what it's doing right there. And so you couple that with a huge rainstorm and a bunch of water overflowing the gutters right there, and not only that, but the water that's landing right here. And this is a recipe for water right up against the foundation. So that's why we're going to be doing gutters on this property, and we're going to do concrete here. We're pretty much going to concrete this whole thing and take it all the way to the top of that first step. So we'll have it shooting this way and away from the house. So anytime you see organic matter up against a house like that, especially if it's sloping in, that can be a really flaming gun right there, a big red flag, a big sign that there's a big problem right there. Not only that, I see these moats all the time built around properties where the water gets in, can't get back out. All right, the roofing crew is showing up, so we're gonna get this thing going here.
Cars on them, it looks like. Yep.
Yeah, but they're the old gutter guards that are garbage.
You need me to take them off, or?
So whatever works for you guys. If you want to tear them down, you can. If
taking them off.
right, because we're taking them off anyway. What do you guys normally do with that? Do you normally
take them off?
does that make it easier?
Yep. Just that way you want, because you have to lift it up, put the paper underneath it and everything.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to tear them off there, do it.
Make it easier.
Hopefully the new gutters will be here soon.
What's that color? Black?
No, he wants to go with white. Just regular white. It's a rookie move. The one guy parked in front of the house. Never parked in front of the job site. Always park a couple houses down, see? All right, we're about to get started here. We got Torino. So what's the first step in
First
getting...
step, we just got to get started. Put our ladder up, of course. We're going to we got AC in the back, so we got to cover that up, make sure we get no nails in the vent.
Okay, that's a good...
Put a couple tarps down.
Yeah.
And get rocking and rolling and start tearing off.
Okay. And I've got the pickup or the dump truck to where you can reach and throw off the old shingles onto it, so that'll hopefully help you out.
Yes, sir. We'll get rocking and rolling and get it moving.
All right, let's do it.
Yes, sir. Let me get this ladder up. Don't know that.
Here's a close-up of this gutter guard. It looks like it bolts on and then it tucks up under the shingles, so they're gonna have to take the gutter guard portion off, but they can leave the gutters on. So that way they get the paper where it needs to be and the drip edge where it needs to be and all that good stuff. right, what's up?
So upon looking at this old flagship, they all have nail punctures very close to the fold line, which at that point is no good. It could lead to potential leaks in the future. So the best thing to do is just get it replaced. If you see here, we got more punctures.
Oh yeah, look at how close that is. Yep.
Which is no good.
I wonder why that's like that. So you cut a notch in that piece and bent it?
Yep. So that way it'll bend properly, because if you don't cut a little notch at the bottom, it'll give it a weird looking bend to it, and it looks a little uglier.
Okay.
And then this gutter here is in the way, so I gotta cut it down a little bit.
Yeah. Good thing that'll be replaced, huh?
It'll be a pain now, but once they get it on there.
Yeah, it'll be way better. Can I go ahead and spray paint this, boss?
Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't that cheating?
A little bit.
I'm used to carrying them up by hand.
A little bit.
That looks like it's a lot easier. How many bundles will it do?
We can do up to 3.
Okay.
But we only do 1 at a time. So.
Yeah. No sense in wrecking it. I've been down there working on getting shingles up here, and I didn't even realize that Torino's already getting started over here. So let's see if we can get a camera going on him. We've got a spot of soft wood right here. It's not terrible, but we're gonna go ahead, since we're here, and replace this piece right here. You have to span at least 3 rafters too, so I've got a couple pieces of plywood down there that I had cut. I had to strap them to the roof of my Saturn, but we got it done. 4 feet. What do you think caused it? Yeah, water maybe?
Yeah.
All right, what happened is one of those pipes that was barely sticking up and it fell inside the attic. So since we have access right here and the homeowner is not here right now, he's gonna crawl back in there. You need a flashlight?
Wait a second. Yeah.
Nice.
Nomás le voy a doblar una tablita, esta ya no se mueve.
Okay, they got that little piece of pipe stuck back up there. I guess it was just stuck in one of those little vents, and so our guy's coming back out, David. I don't know how he got volunteered to crawl but way back in there in the dark. What a mess.
Only thing I hate about the shingles is you come across them. You try to get them out so fast. They try to get them out so fast. The machine that they'll start. You see, they'll start actually not lining up. So the downside about this is your actual reveal line is this portion here, the top one, and then this one. So even if you try to line it up with that one, you still have this excess coming off, and that messes up your whole line.
Oh wow.
And I've tried to email them and tell them, like, hey, you know, we've been noticing a lot of shingles that haven't been cut properly, and that messes up your line. And when an inspector comes out with an architectural shingle, they just want to see you make sure it's straight. If you see a little one rib coming out, it's like, hey, you gotta fix that. If the shingle's like that, what can we do?
Wow.
It's just they try to get them out so fast, man.
Yeah.
You know, they don't, and I get it. They're not gonna expect every single bundle either, man.
Torino's getting everything set and all his reveals and spacing done, and then Aubert over here is pretty much filling in, and he's got the chalk lines that they popped here, so he can pretty much just rock and roll, get it lined up and nail it in there and keep going. So they're kind of dividing and conquering. And then David's over here getting this corner built up, coming out a little bit and going up and getting all the spacing right. So once all that's set, then you can just fill it in. So it's getting kind of late today though. We had a few delays. So we'll see how much longer they want to work. We're making pretty good progress here, but it's also getting pretty dark out, so, and getting cold, so we'll be out of here fairly soon.
Whenever they cut their shingle, they like to leave it right on the very edge as the starter strip, but it's always going to cut it in a little bit, so that way the starter cap or your ridge cap goes in all the way and covers up this portion here.
Okay.
And that way everything will stay hidden in the back.
Nice.
If not, then if you leave it right there, right at the very edge along the eave, pretty much all it's going to do is you're going to have to cut into this and then slide your ridge cap in, and that's leaking right there.
Wow.
That's not good.
Okay. Yeah, we don't need any leaks. Time for a new blade?
Probably. I'm gonna flip it around, it looks like. That way, you got your whole thing you can lift up. And then once they get it down, then you nail it.
Okay. So don't nail it just yet. All right, the guys have finally had enough. It's getting cold out here. We kind of got to a good stopping point, I guess. And we got all this done. So it's looking pretty good. We got about 18 bundles to do tomorrow. And a little bit of flashing and getting that all back together. So it shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna leave the dump truck here and I'll drive the Saturn home. Then I'll come back tomorrow morning.
Get her done tomorrow.
Yep. We're back out here. It's the next day and we're gonna get this finished up. So it's a lot warmer now. Sun's out. It's about 10 a.m. I guess. And the guys they beat me here. They're gonna get started and get cranking on it today. So let me get the drone up in the air and see how they're doing. David's cutting out for the ridge vent. So this is kind of a retrofitting thing that is done to old roofs when you put new stuff on. So take a look at that roof. That one's got ridge vent added. That roof has ridge vent added as well. So you should definitely be adding it. I just saw something that's going to illustrate how this venting works. Check it out. Hopefully you can see the light through that E-vent in there, right there. And so what that does is heat rises, and so cooler air will be pulled in through there as the heat rises and escapes out the ridge vent. So this is a really, really good thing to do to your house. Of course, the reason for venting is you don't want warm air from the inside of the house to condense on a cold surface, and that would give you condensation inside the attic. So ventilation is the way to avoid that. So what do we got here?
At that point, you know, you gotta cut it out so the shingle will pass by. Your ridge cap will pass by this way a little bit, at least 4 or 5 inches. You gotta cut this edge out, and then we'll silicone this portion here.
Right.
'Cause either way, since we got an 1.25 inch overhang, water's just gonna run that way. So.
Okay. And you want it silicone so this doesn't flap in the breeze.
Yep. That's right.
Nice.
Other than that, we are good.
Okay. Well, good deal. About to go get cleaned up, and they've got some air supply blasting next door. We made quite a mess over here, so we're getting cleaned up. All right, the roofing guys are out of here. He's got his Camaro started up. Appreciate it, man.
No problem, sir. I appreciate you.
I'll see you on the next one. Okay, we got all cleaned up here, so it's looking pretty good. And they ran the magnet across everything, make sure there's no stray nails that are going to get in any tires or anything. And I just talked to the homeowner. They're really happy. Roof looks really good. Kind of matches some of these other updated houses now. And so that's always a good thing in a neighborhood. It's looking pretty good. The homeowner wanted to scrap this aluminum, so he asked if we'd leave that, which is fine. And I guess we'll be back over here in a couple days to start the grading and that side of the drainage and some shrub removal. So we'll be back over here in a couple days. This homeowner is a subscriber of mine, and so he recently inherited this house and realized that the basement was flooding and there were some issues with it, so that's why he called me out there to take a look at the drainage stuff. And we were talking about some of the things he was really wanting to do with the house, and that's when he found out that I could do the roof as well. And so he was really thrilled that I could take care of all that for him. The roof, the gutters, the drainage, the grading, and the concrete work. And so it was kind of a one-stop shop on that one. But anytime you're doing a roof like this, make sure you put drip edge on the eaves, on the rakes. Just wrap everything in drip edge. Make sure you put in a ridge vent, and make sure you put in a new underlayment. The underlayment basically separates the sap from the wood, from the asphalt, from the shingles. Those two don't mix, so that's what the underlayment's for. But anyway, make sure when you're getting a roof done like that, you get a really good roofing crew, because as you saw with Torino, a lot of little tiny decisions that they make can make a huge difference on the overall quality of the roof. And obviously you want your roof to be really high quality so it doesn't leak. The other thing about this roof is there were a couple of water spots around some of the pipes, and that's an indication that it was really a good time to be replacing this roof. You probably could have gotten a few more, who knows how long out of it, but it's never a bad thing just to go ahead and get a new roof when you get a new property like that. That's what I always do, at least. So there's going to be a bunch more on this property coming, and it'll probably be maybe 3 or 4 installments with all the work we've done out there. So let me know what you think of this video, and stay tuned for some more installments coming up. Okay, thanks for watching. This is Sean. I hope you have enjoyed this video, even though it's a little bit off topic, but this was the start to this big project. So if you did, make sure you like and subscribe. That really helps out the channel by letting YouTube know that my content is worth watching. So thanks again, and I will see you on the next one.